It makes me happy. And most people get jealous or they go, oh, I don't care.
You love to give.
Yeah, and I feel like if my team is being paid well and my partners are being paid well and we're all doing well, that means I can sleep at night. I don't have to worry about them they're not putting together hey, let's start our own thing or, that kind of thing. They know that they're part of something and they know at the end of the day, there's no hidden agenda.
You start Dyess Security in the worst time, right after 9/11.
9/11, yeah.
Why did you write the story? You couldn't wait. You started right after 9/11. What did you start right after 9/11? Because the market wasn't that strong.
It wasn't. It was back in the Yellow Page days. I remember.
I know.
I was like, well, I want to take a full page ad. And I forgot this. His name is Mike. He was a phenomenal salesman. He comes to my house in my kitchen in Round Rock, and he was like, hey, let's open this Yellow Page. Let's do this Yellow Page. I was like, how much is it going to be? It's like $6,000 a month. I was like, man, I have like $10 in my account. He's like, let's just do it. Didn't even run my credit. I'm like, all right. And it worked. He was right. And I started getting calls and I was like, what am I going to do? I don't have enough people. So that was a time where sometimes you can advertise too big and then you get too much business. So that hurt me a little bit in the beginning, but I learned. But I just knew at that time when I saw those, that day I was working for Custom Sounds and I was working for Mike Cofield. He's still he's our client. He's still a good friend of mine. It's so crazy to know that.
I know him. Yeah.
He's a cool dude. He actually was, where I was actually driving to his office to get a review, maybe get a raise. And that's when the plane started hitting. And I'm like, I knew at that moment I'm not going to get no review and no raise because everybody's going to freak out. And so I was like, you know what? This is when I started that's the day I started the business. I was like, I'm going to start. So I started the business and I couldn't find I tried to look for a website with my last name S's. And I was like, well, I couldn't find it. So I did Z's. I did Dyezz, Dyezz.com. And I was like, well, because I didn't think it was going to make it. I thought it was going to be like a little side business and I always will work for someone. But then it took off. And then I'm like, well, I'm kind of stuck with it now. I got to just deal with it. And that's where we're at today. That's
because when 9/11 happened, actually security was a big issue. I think
it's huge.
That was a good opportunity for you guys, even though it was a little bit difficult for other business like a restaurant, but the security was an issue. And I think people recognize that, and that was a good time for you to launch.
I think so because I knew that the world was going to change. After this, it's going to be like, we're going to have to. There's going to be more security. There's going to be more. It's going to be harder to get on planes. It's just going to be just difficult, and they're going to need more facial recognition. And look at today, how many more people have cameras in their homes compared to 20 years ago. When I used to do a camera system for a home, 25 years ago when I first started. They were the weird people. Oh, they got cameras in their home. Now you go, everybody has a Ring doorbell or